Hey there, English learners. Welcome back to another episode of the English Leap podcast, your go-to English podcast for learning English, where we grow your language skills and your confidence at the same time. I'm Erin.
And I'm Evan. Whether you're learning English, trying to sound more fluent, or just tired of those awkward pauses mid-sentence, you're in the right place. Because today's topic? Oh, it's a big one.
Okay, Evan, be honest. Have you ever been mid-sentence and your brain just freezes? Like you knew what you wanted to say, until it was your turn to say it?
Every time. Especially when I was just starting to speak English. I'd open my mouth, and suddenly, silence. My brain hit pause, my confidence took a dive, and I'd either mumble or pretend to cough. Total panic.
Been there. And that's exactly what we're going to help you overcome today. Because speaking without pausing too much isn't about being perfect. It's about building rhythm, confidence, and trust in your own voice.
Exactly. And whether you're preparing for an interview, giving a presentation, or just trying to hold a casual conversation without those long, awkward pauses, we've got you covered.
All right. It's time to level up your English, the part of the show where we bring you one powerful word or phrase to help you speak with more confidence, clarity, and style.
And today's word? It's a total game changer for fluency. Articulate.
Love that one. Articulate is an adjective that describes someone who speaks clearly, confidently, and effectively, especially when they can express their ideas with ease and precision.
And here's the cool part. It's also a verb. To articulate something means to say or explain it in a clear and thoughtful way.
Totally. Let's bring it to life with an example. Here's how it works as an adjective. She's a very articulate speaker. Every word she says is easy to understand.
And here's how it works as a verb. He struggled to articulate his thoughts under pressure.
So if you want to speak without all the uhs and long pauses, becoming more articulate is key. It's not about sounding fancy, it's about sounding clear and natural.
Exactly. And in today's episode, we're diving into real, practical ways to help you sound more fluent, more confident, and yes, more articulate.
Let's start with a mindset shift that's at the root of so many long pauses. The need to be perfect. That pressure to say everything just right often does more harm than good.
Absolutely. I used to second-guess every sentence before I even opened my mouth. I'd plan the whole sentence in my head, double-check the grammar, and by the time I was ready to speak, the moment had passed.
I've been there too. And honestly, chasing perfection is like trying to walk across a river by waiting for all the stones to appear first. You'll never start. But if you take that first step, even if it's shaky, you'll eventually find your rhythm.
Exactly. The truth is, most conversations don't need flawless English. They need flow. People care more about understanding your message than how textbook correct it sounds.
So here's a simple shift. Aim for progress, not perfection. Say the sentence, even if it's not elegant. You can always improve it as you go.
And for English learners, that might mean saying something like, I go store yesterday, instead of pausing forever trying to recall past tense structure. The person still gets what you mean, and that's a win.
Now, speaking of keeping the flow, here's a trick that even native speakers use. Natural fillers.
Right. Those little words like, well, so, actually. They might sound insignificant, but they're like little bridges that keep your sentence moving.
Exactly. I once watched a TED Talk speaker who used fillers really well. Not excessively, but in a way that bought her time to think. And guess what? No one even noticed. That's the magic. They help you sound spontaneous, not robotic.
Here's a tip. Pick 2 or 3 fillers you're comfortable with and integrate them into your everyday speech. Use them when you need a second to think.
Like this. Well, I think the main reason is, or, I've never thought about it like that. It's not just useful. It makes your speech sound more authentic and conversational.
Just be careful not to overuse them. The goal is to sound natural, not scattered. Think of fillers as seasoning. You need a pinch, not the whole jar.
And once you're more comfortable with that natural flow, let's tackle something that silently causes so many pauses. Translating in your head.
Oh yes. I used to build full sentences in my native language, then translate them word by word into English. It made me pause constantly, and honestly, the sentence often came out sounding awkward.
That's such a common struggle. And the reason is, English and your native language probably don't follow the same structure. So what works in one might feel disjointed in another.
Here's a metaphor I love. Thinking in your language and translating is like trying to run Windows software on a Mac. It can work, but it's clunky and slow.
Exactly. A better way is to train your brain to associate ideas directly with English words. So instead of thinking chai and then tea, you just see the cup and think, tea?
A great way to start? Try describing things around you in English as you go about your day, like, the sky is clear, I'm brushing my teeth, or that dog is adorable.
That habit builds mental fluency, which is the secret to speaking without long pauses.
So once you stop translating in your head, what's next? You need the words to actually say what you're thinking. And often, we pause not because we're nervous, but because we simply don't have the right vocabulary.
Totally. And not just any vocabulary. Relevant vocabulary. I remember when I first started learning Spanish, I memorized words like castle and pineapple, but couldn't explain what I did for work. That gap made conversations feel frustrating.
Exactly. What you need is functional vocabulary, the words and phrases you actually use in your daily life. Work, school, hobbies, even how you spend your weekends.
Here's a tip. Build your own fluency zone. Write down 10 to 15 topics you talk about the most, and then learn the core vocabulary around those. That way, you'll speak more confidently and naturally.
It's like building a custom toolbox. No need for every tool, just the ones that get your job done.
Now, once you have that vocabulary ready to go, don't just let it sit in your brain. You've got to use it. And one of the best ways to do that? Think out loud.
Oh yeah, I still do this. I narrate my morning routine in English, making coffee, checking emails, running late again. It's funny, but it keeps my language flowing.
And the best part? You're speaking without pressure. No one's listening, so there's no fear of mistakes.
Right. It also helps with mental clarity. When you think out loud, you're practicing sentence structure, pronunciation, even rhythm, all without needing a conversation partner.
And if you want to really boost progress, record yourself. It might feel awkward, but when you listen back, you'll notice improvements and areas to work on. It's like giving yourself personalized feedback.
Here's another powerful practice, and it's one of my favorites, shadowing.
Oh, 100%. Shadowing changed the game for me. You pick a short video or audio clip and repeat what the speaker says as they say it. Same tone, same pace, same intonation.
It's not just parroting. It's training your ear, your mouth, and your brain to synchronize. You're building muscle memory for fluent speech.
I used to do this with podcast intros or movie trailers. At first, I couldn't keep up. But after a few tries, I started sounding way more natural. Even my pronunciation improved without me memorizing phonetic rules.
And you don't need to shadow entire speeches. Just 30 seconds a day builds real progress. It's immersion without leaving your room.
Shadowing helps you internalize sentence patterns, so when you speak on your own, your brain doesn't have to build from scratch. It already has a rhythm.
Now let's talk about something that seems so basic. We often forget it. Breathe.
Yes. When we rush our speech, we're not just speaking fast, we're disrupting our own thought process. And that leads to more pauses.
Totally. I used to think fast equals fluent. But what I got instead was jumbled words, shallow breaths, and awkward silences.
Here's the fix. Slow down. Use intentional pauses. Take a second to breathe and organize your thoughts. It actually makes you sound more poised and confident.
For our English learners, try the 4 to 7 to 8 breathing method before speaking. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. It calms your nervous system and gives your brain space to focus.
Remember, fluency is more like dancing than sprinting. It's about flow, not speed.
Whew, what a conversation. I hope you're walking away with practical tools and a little more confidence to speak without those long, awkward pauses.
Yeah, we've covered a lot today, from mindset shifts to daily habits, and now it's time for one of our favorite parts of the show.
You know it. Let's hand it over to Charlotte for the vocabulary breakdown. She's got some great words from today's episode to help you level up your English even more.
All right, Charlotte, take it away.
Hi everyone. I'm Charlotte, and here are 12 intermediate to upper intermediate words and phrases from today's episode that will make your English sharper and more natural. Let's get into it. Second guess. Meaning, to doubt or question a decision you've already made. Example, she started to second guess her outfit after seeing everyone else dressed so formally. Authentic. Meaning, real, genuine, or true. Example, his smile was so authentic that it instantly made everyone feel comfortable. Functional. Meaning, practical and useful. Example, the kitchen isn't fancy but it's highly functional. Clarity. Meaning, clear understanding or thought. Example, after a good night's sleep, she tackled her work with much more clarity. Synchronize. Meaning, to happen or work at the same time or rate. Example, the dancers had to synchronize their movements perfectly for the performance. Internalize. Meaning, to accept an idea and make it part of how you think or behave. Example, over time he internalized the habit of waking up early without setting an alarm. Disrupt. Meaning, to interrupt or cause a disturbance. Example, the loud construction outside disrupted my online meeting. Poised. Meaning, calm and confident, especially in difficult situations. Example, despite the tough questions, the speaker remained poised throughout the interview. Relevant. Meaning, closely related to the topic or situation. Example, her comment was highly relevant to the discussion we were having. Precision. Meaning, the quality of being exact, accurate, and careful. Example, the baker measured every ingredient with precision to make the perfect cake. Refine. Meaning, to improve something by making small changes. Example, the team refined the design after getting customer feedback. Compose. Meaning, to calm yourself or to put thoughts or feelings in order. Example, she took a deep breath to compose herself before going on stage. Try using these words this week in your journaling, speaking, or writing. The more you use them, the more naturally they'll become part of your fluency. And don't forget, you can find them all in today's PDF guide. See you next time.
Thanks, Charlotte. That was awesome as always.
Yep. Those words are total game changers if you want to sound smooth, confident, and natural when speaking English.
And if you haven't already, grab the free PDF guide from the link in the description. It's packed with takeaways, practice questions, and today's vocabulary list.
We'll be back soon with another episode full of real talk, practical tips, and more ways to level up your English and your life.
Until then, keep speaking, keep practicing, and don't be afraid to pause. Just breathe and keep going.
Take care, and we'll catch you next time on the English Leap podcast.
Bye for now.
Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.